The colony of Aridane Sevan sparkled like a small jewel on the edge of known space. Dome-shaped cities glimmered under the twin suns, and ships moved quietly between orbital stations. Life was busy, ordinary, peaceful. Families worked, scientists studied, and miners extracted rare minerals that the galaxy desired. No one expected that all of this would vanish in a single instant. On the bridge of the Central Space Station, Commander Arlen adjusted his instruments. "All systems normal," he said, scanning the colony's energy grid. Lights blinked steadily on the monitors, showing nothing unusual. Yet far beyond Aridane 7, massive shapes appeared on the long-range scanners. The alien armada moved silently, vast and dark, stretching across space like shadows that devoured light. Each ship was immense, bristling with weapons, far more powerful than anything humans had encountered. Yet the humans had no warning. By the time the sensors detected them, it was already too late. Arlen frowned. "I'm picking up unidentified. Energy spikes, massive spikes, could be impossible." Before he could finish, the first strike arrived. A flash of blinding light erupted over the colony. Domes crumbled, ships exploded in midair, and the population screamed in terror. Within seconds, entire cities were obliterated. Even the orbital stations, usually safe above the planet, were torn apart. On Earth, thousands of light-years away, the central monitoring hub went silent. Screens blinked, then displayed one horrifying message after another: colony destroyed. No survivors detected. Scientists and military officers froze in disbelief. Dr. Alina Royce, head of the Earth Defense Research Division, stared at the data, her hands trembling. How is this possible?" she whispered. "They weren't supposed to have that kind of range, that kind of firepower." General Marcus Hale, commander of Earth's interstellar defense, slammed a fist on the table. "It doesn't matter what they were supposed to have. They wiped out an entire human colony in minutes. We need answers, and fast." The hub was a frenzy of activity. Analysts tapped at consoles, trying to trace the alien signatures. Communications officers attempted to reach Aridane 7, but all signals were gone. Nothing remained to respond. Silence was absolute, haunting, and terrifying.
Ow.
Meanwhile, in orbit above the destroyed colony, a small group of humans who had been on routine missions witnessed the aftermath. Smoke and debris rose from what had been a thriving civilization. They floated in stunned silence, unable to comprehend the sheer scale of the destruction. Ships they had piloted with pride were reduced to fragments. We can't even begin to stop them," whispered one young officer. "This is genocide." Back on Earth, leaders gathered in emergency meetings. Councils debated strategy. But fear hung heavy in the room. "The aliens have reached further than we thought," said Admiral Terren, an advisor from the Interstellar Coalition. "They struck a colony so far out, they wanted to make a statement." Elena's voice was quiet but firm. "We believe humans are scattered, weak, uncoordinated. That's why they struck without warning. They think they can intimidate us. But we cannot let fear control our actions." The leaders listened, tense. Outside, Earth's satellites monitored the distant system. Energy signatures from the destroyed colony pulsed faintly, ghost-like. Something survived. Perhaps a faint trace in the planetary core, or a few hidden sensors in orbit, but no life had been confirmed. In space, the alien armada did not linger. They moved on, leaving behind death and silence. Yet the humans who observed the destruction realized something unsettling. The aliens had left no chance for negotiation, no signs of communication. Their intent was clear: they wanted fear, submission, and total annihilation. But humans are rarely predictable. Even in the face of such overwhelming force, Earth's response began quietly, almost invisibly. Scientists activated emergency protocols, checking every defense system, preparing fleets, and gathering intelligence. Strategists plotted responses not with blind anger, but with calculation, intelligence, and patience. "You cannot fight them head-on," Elena said to the Council. "But we can fight smart. They will not expect the next move. And when they strike again, they will meet humans who refuse to die quietly. Meanwhile, across the globe, messages streamed in from surviving colonists scattered across nearby systems. Their voices trembled, reporting what they had seen. Cities destroyed, fleets obliterated, but also anomalous strange energy readings. Unexplained disruptions in alien weapons and survivors who had escaped at the last moment. General, Hale narrowed his eyes. If these readings are correct, the aliens may have underestimated Earth's potential, underestimated humanity itself. On Eridan 7, now silent and burning, tiny automated probes left untouched in hidden vaults began to transmit faint signals back to Earth. These signals carried fragments of information, showing energy anomalies, alien formations, and systems the humans had never studied before. It was a seed of knowledge, a spark that could become a weapon. And so, in the darkness of space, as the alien armada disappeared beyond the horizon, humanity's leaders made a decision. They would not let fear rule them. They would not respond with panic. Instead, they would respond with planning, with precision, and with the full force of Earth's intelligence and courage. The galaxy may have seen humans as scattered, fragile, and small. But in the silence after the storm, Earth's people began to rise. The aliens believed they had one. They believed the humans were helpless. They were wrong. And somewhere in the deep reaches of space, hidden weapons, secret systems, and human courage began to stir. Preparing to answer the question the galaxy had never dared to ask. What happens when humanity fights back? Word count. Approximately 910. This part includes shocking destruction of a human colony to hook viewers, suspense and mystery, energy anomalies, faint signals hint at survival. Earth's secret weapon. Earth was quiet that night, but beneath the surface, the planet was alive. Massive energy conduits buried for centuries hummed faintly in hidden underground chambers. Scientists and engineers moved through the corridors, monitoring pulses and adjusting complex machinery that even most humans had never seen. Dr. Elena Royce, head of the Earth's Defense Research Division, stood at the center of the command room, eyes fixed on a glowing holographic map of the galaxy. They think humans are weak, she said quietly, almost to herself. They think we have nothing left to fight with. Let's prove them wrong. Her assistant Marco glanced nervously at the console. You're saying we're going to use it? The hidden weapon? Elena nodded. It's the only way. The aliens struck without warning. They destroyed Eridan 7 and believed humanity was powerless. But they didn't know what lies beneath our feet. What we've kept secret for generations. The command center was alive with activity. Engineers adjusted energy flows while scientists calculated trajectories and pulse frequencies. Underground massive conduits linked ancient devices to orbital platforms, satellites, and even the deep space defense fleet. It was a weapon designed not for destruction alone, but for precision, able to strike at the heart of the alien fleet, destabilize their systems, and protect human colonies simultaneously. On the surface, Earth's cities continued their routines, mostly unaware of the power being unleashed beneath them. Shields and energy grids glowed faintly, ready to respond to any threat. In orbit, humans prepared their fleets. Pilots checked weapons, calculated coordinates, and studied alien formations based on data from probes sent near Eridan 7 before its destruction. Every movement was calculated, every action planned. Humanity was preparing for a counterstrike that no one in the galaxy expected. The first wave of energy from the hidden weapon pulsed through the system. Alien scanners detected it but could not determine its origin. Massive ships faltered in space, their weapons misfiring. Communications scrambled. The aliens were confused, unable to predict what was happening. Commander Vroth, aboard the alien flagship, hissed in frustration. What is this interference? Sensors are failing. Targeting systems are unstable. Its officers scrambled, issuing orders and attempting to regain control. It's coming from the planet, one said, panic in his voice. Impossible. The humans. They are activating something. On Earth, Alina observed the alien reactions with a calm intensity. They thought we were weak, she said. Now they will see the truth. Our planet is alive. Our species is prepared, and we will not be intimidated. Energy beams flowed from underground conduits to orbital platforms, amplifying human weapons and disrupting alien systems. Satellites fired precision missiles guided by the pulses of the hidden weapon, striking vulnerable points in the alien fleet. Drones sent to scout the humans were disabled instantly, their circuits fried by unseen forces. Lieutenant Kieran's fighter squadron moved with precision, weaving between massive alien cruisers and exploiting every weakness created by the hidden weapon. The alien fleet loomed over the outer edges of human-controlled space, vast and terrifying. Commander Vroth's massive flagship glimmered with deadly light as thousands of weapons bristled along its hull. The aliens had expected humans to tremble in fear after Zivan was destroyed. They believed Earth would surrender or hide. They were wrong. On Earth, in the underground command center, Dr. Elena Royce stood with her team of strategists and engineers. Every eye was on the holographic display showing the alien formation, which now pulsed erratically. Energy waves from the hidden weapon beneath Earth's surface had already begun to disrupt the alien fleet's systems. "Elena," Lieutenant Kieran said, tapping the console, "their shields are fluctuating. Their weapons are misfiring. We've never seen anything like this." Elena nodded. "Good. That's the first step. Now we hit them where it hurts." Above Earth, human fighter squadrons prepared for action. Pilots checked systems, loaded missiles, and ran final diagnostics. Their movements were precise, their tactics practiced. Humans had waited, studied, and planned. Now, it was time to strike back. Lieutenant Sarah led the vanguard. "All units follow the trajectory," she commanded. "Aim for engines, communications, and weapon arrays. Avoid unnecessary destruction of nearby systems. Precision is key." The first wave of human fighters surged into space. They moved like shadows, weaving between alien cruisers, guided by the energy pulses from Earth's hidden weapon. Missiles streaked silently, striking the weak points the aliens had assumed were invulnerable. Explosions rocked the fleet. In the alien command bridge, alarms blared. Officers shouted, and the massive screens lit up with damage reports. "Shields are down on Cruiser 7, one officer cried. "Weapons are offline on Destroyer 12, Commander Vroth hissed, his voice low and dangerous. "Impossible. How can a planet defend itself like this?" They are organized, coordinated, too clever," human boarding teams attempted to infiltrate damaged alien ships, exploiting confusion and weakened defenses. Using stealth suits and energy disruptors, they disabled critical systems without killing unnecessary crew. Every strike was calculated, every move precise. Back on Earth, Dr. Royce monitored the alien fleet's responses. "They underestimated us," she said. "They thought destruction would make us weak. Instead, it's revealing our strength." Explosions continued across the alien formation. Massive ships collided accidentally as systems failed, and smaller craft were disabled mid-flight. The aliens struggled to communicate, their network disrupted by the precise energy pulses from Earth. Chaos spread like wildfire through their ranks. Lieutenant Kieran maneuvered his fighter between two massive cruisers, firing a concentrated energy beam that crippled one ship's propulsion. Sparks flew, metal twisted, and the vessel spun uncontrollably. "They didn't expect us to fight like this," Kieran muttered to his wingman. In the midst of battle, human orbital platforms fired, precision missiles guided by the underground weapon signals. The missiles struck alien command modules, creating blackouts and forcing entire divisions into chaos. Every attack weakened the fleet, but no human action was wasted. Every strike served a strategic purpose. Commander Vroth's eyes glowed with anger and fear. "They are not just defending, they are striking back intelligently. Retreat is impossible now. They have predicted our every move." Despite heavy losses, the human fleet advanced. Every ship, every pilot, every weapon was part of a coordinated effort. Alien formations, once confident, now faltered under unexpected precision and intelligence. Dr. Royce turned to General Marcus Hale. They thought they could overwhelm us with numbers and firepower, but they didn't anticipate strategy, ingenuity, and patience. Humans fight smart. Across the battlefield, small alien units tried to regroup. They fired blindly, hoping to regain control, but each attempt failed. Humans anticipated their moves, guided by hidden systems and expert planning. Even the largest alien warships were vulnerable under precise human attacks. On the alien flagship, Commander Vroth hissed again. This species, it's unlike any we have encountered. Small, fragile, and yet terrifying. By the end of the first strike, the alien fleet was battered and confused. Ships drifted uncontrollably, weapons were destroyed, and communication lines remained disrupted. The humans had not yet destroyed the enemy. They didn't need to. The first strike was enough to prove that Earth was not a weak planet, that humans could defend themselves and retaliate with deadly effectiveness. On Earth, the command center was tense but focused. Dr. Royce allowed herself a small smile. The first strike worked. They are shaken, confused, and afraid. And this is just the beginning. Lieutenant Cyrus' squadron returned, battered, but triumphant. They won't forget this, Syrah said. They underestimated humanity. They'll think twice before attacking again. In orbit, alien commanders realized the truth. Humans were not to be trifled with. Their planet harbored power, strategy, and courage beyond what the aliens had imagined. It assumed Earth would bow, that humans would cower. They were wrong. The galaxy had begun to notice. Earth was awake. Humanity was rising. The first strike was only the opening move in a battle that would change the balance of power forever. Word count. Approximately 905. This part includes humans launch first offensive strike against alien fleet.
Allied the alien fleet.
Battered and disoriented from Earth's first strike, drifted uneasily in the void.
Commander.
Roth paced the bridge of his flagship, multiple eye-scanning damage reports. His pride burned with fury, but beneath it, a creeping fear settled in. Humans were unpredictable. They were clever. And they were striking back with terrifying precision. They strike where we are weakest, hissed an officer, scales rattling. Our formations collapse. Our communications fail. They are not. Primitive they are. Dangerous, Vroth hissed back, fury mixed with reluctant respect. We underestimated them. They are not simply defending. They are learning, adapting, and retaliating. Prepare the secondary fleet. We cannot allow them to gain the upper hand. Meanwhile, on Earth, the command center buzzed with controlled urgency. Dr. Alina Royce and her team monitored alien reactions and adjusted the hidden weapons pulses. Their secondary fleet is forming, Alina said calmly. It is time for the counterattack. Kieran, Sarah, prepare the squadrons. This is where humans show their true strength. Lieutenant Kieran tightened his gloves and nodded. We've been waiting for this. We know their weaknesses. Let's show them what humans are capable of. Human fighter squadrons surged into space once more. Unlike the first strike, this attack was coordinated to be offensive and defensive at the same time. While orbital platforms and satellites disrupted alien systems, the fighters targeted strategic points in the alien formation, weapons, and command hubs. Syrah led a squadron through a narrow gap in the enemy formation, weaving between massive cruisers. Missiles streaked silently, striking engines and creating cascading failures. Alien ships collided accidentally, their coordination disrupted by human energy pulses. In the chaos, human boarding teams infiltrated damaged alien vessels. Using stealth suits and energy disruptors, they disabled critical systems without killing unnecessary crews. Each boarding action was precise, calculated to weaken the fleet without wasting effort. On the alien flagship, Vroth's hissed voice filled the bridge, their intelligence. It is unlike anything we have faced. Adaptation, strategy, coordination. Impossible. Earth's hidden weapon pulsed continuously, guiding human fighters and disabling alien weapons at critical moments. Satellites fired precision strikes targeting weak points revealed by the energy pulses. The aliens had no time to respond. They were forced into defensive maneuvers, unable to coordinate their attacks. Lieutenant Kieran maneuvered his fighter between two massive cruisers. "Follow my lead," he shouted over comms. "Strike at the engines, then disengage. Keep moving." Squadron obeyed, weaving like shadows through the alien fleet. Explosions rocked the cruisers as engines failed and weapons overloaded. Alien pilots panicked, attempting to flee, but the human fighters anticipated every move. The aliens had never faced an opponent who could combine strategy, intelligence, and courage so effectively. Back on Earth, Dr. Royce observed the battle, adjusting energy pulses to maximize disruption. "They expected us to fight blindly," she said. "But we fight smart. We protect our people while striking hard. They will never see a human victory coming." The counterattack escalated as more human fleets joined the fray. Small, agile ships exploited gaps in alien formations, striking where the large warships were least protected. Drones and satellites provided cover, targeting alien weapons and communications nodes. Every strike, every movement, was a carefully calculated step toward victory. The alien fleet was scattered, battered, and wary. Their pride had been shattered by Earth's counterattack. Commander Vroth floated in the command chamber of his flagship, eyes narrowing at the damage reports. The humans had fought intelligently, striking precisely, exploiting weaknesses, and using their hidden weapon to control the battlefield. "They are relentless," hissed one officer. "Every attack is calculated, every move anticipated. We cannot gain control." Vroth slammed a claw against the control console. "We underestimated them. They are small, fragile, and yet they are dangerous beyond measure. Prepare for retreat. But not yet. If we lose control of the star system, it will be catastrophic for our forces." Meanwhile, on Earth, the command center hummed with controlled energy. Dr. Alina Royce and General Marcus Hale studied the alien positions, tracing every weak point in their formations. They were not just defending now, they were planning a strike that would send a message across the galaxy. Alina Hale said, "We can't let them rebuild. If we give them time, they will strike again. We must hit them where it hurts. The heart of their staging system. One decisive move, and they will think twice before attacking humans ever again." Elena's eyes gleamed. "Agreed. This is the moment humans show the galaxy our strength. We strike strategically, with precision. Our goal is not mere destruction. It is to demonstrate that attacking humans carries a cost no species can afford." Human fleets mobilized. Small, agile squadrons weaved between alien warships, while orbital platforms and satellites fired precision missiles guided by the underground energy network. Every strike targeted engines, weapons arrays, and command hubs. The aliens tried to respond, but every move they made was anticipated and countered. Lieutenant Sierra's squadron led the way, moving through dense enemy formations. "Stay sharp," she ordered. "Focus on the engines. Disable their mobility first. Keep communications open and watch for anomalies. Remember, precision first." As the humans struck, alien ships began to falter. Massive cruisers spun uncontrollably, destroyers collided, and fighter wings scattered. In confusion, the energy pulses from Earth's hidden weapon disrupted power grids, making it impossible for the aliens to maintain order. Commander Vroth hissed, realizing that his fleet was in danger of collapse. "They are attacking our heart," he said, voice tight. "The star system is at risk. If we lose it, our supply lines, our staging grounds, everything is gone." The humans had prepared for this. Hidden probes and sensors in the star system revealed weak points in planetary defenses, gravitational anomalies, and energy patterns the aliens had overlooked. Precision missiles and energy pulses struck at these points, destabilizing the system. Without harming neutral planets or resources, Lieutenant Kieran piloted his fighter through a field of debris and explosions, guiding his squadron with calm precision. "Focus fire on command hubs," he called. "Keep moving. Don't get trapped." Alien formations began to collapse. Systems malfunctioned, weapons went offline, and officers shouted over broken communication lines. Their strategy was shattered. The humans had turned defense into an unstoppable offensive. On Earth, Dr. Royce monitored every strike, adjusting energy pulses to maximize disruption. "This is it," she said. "Show them that humans are not to be underestimated. Every action has consequences. This is the price for attacking one of our colonies." Explosions rippled through the alien fleet. Massive ships destabilized. Smaller craft were disabled mid-flight, and alien commanders struggled to regain control. Even the most confident officers realized they had underestimated Earth, and their fear grew. Vroth hissed, staring at the chaos. "They are not just surviving, they are dominating strategically. Humans, they are extraordinary. Small, fragile, and yet terrifying." The star system trembled under the precision attacks. Energy pulses created gravitational distortions, destabilizing key positions. Humans had calculated every step to ensure maximum effect with minimum collateral damage. Alien morale cracked further as ships began to drift aimlessly, unable to maintain formation or counter the human offensive. Lieutenant Sarah returned from her mission, battered but triumphant. "They won't forget this," she said. "They thought humans were weak, scattered, and easy to intimidate. We've shown them how wrong they were." General Hale looked at the stars through the command center viewport. "The message is clear. Humans fight with intelligence, courage, and strategy. Any species that attacks us will pay a price that cannot be ignored. Earth is no longer defenseless. Humanity is rising." Commander Vroth stared at his remaining ships, his pride broken. Humans had not merely survived, they had imposed their will, defended their colonies, and struck with precision that made the alien fleet fearfully respect. Them, the humans, did not celebrate. They regrouped, checked their systems, and prepared for the next phase. The star system had been threatened. But Earth's forces had demonstrated something far greater than firepower alone. They had shown strategy, unity, and courage. And in the depths of space, the alien commanders realized the truth. Humans were not just a species to conquer. They were a force to be reckoned with, capable of striking with intelligence and precision beyond expectation. Earth had sent a warning across the galaxy. Attack a human world. And the cost will be unimaginable. Legacy of the humans, the alien fleet, once confident and terrifying, drifted silently in the void, battered, confused, and cautious. "Commander." Vroth's pride had been shattered. Every calculation, every assumption, every expectation had been proven wrong by humans. They had assumed weakness, they had assumed fear, they had assumed submission, and they were wrong. On Earth, Dr. Alina Royce and General Marcus Hale stood together in the command center. Observing the aftermath of the human offensive, the galaxy had seen humans rise, not as weaklings to be crushed, but as strategists, fighters, and survivors who would never yield. "They underestimated us," Hallie said quietly. "They thought destroying a colony would make us weak. Instead, it awakened something in us." Alina nodded. "They believed brute force would win. But humans fight with intelligence, courage, and unity. They do not surrender, they adapt, and they learn from every battle." Across the star system, surviving alien ships attempted to regroup. But the humans had set precise traps and energy disruptions that made reformation almost impossible. Every move the aliens made was anticipated, every path blocked. The humans had turned the galaxy's most fearsome attackers into cautious, fearful observers. Lieutenant Sierra led the final wave of patrols, moving between wrecked alien ships and disabled warcraft. "We've shown them our strength," she said, overcomes. "But we must remain vigilant. They still breathe, they still watch. One wrong move, and they'll try again." Kieran, piloting a nearby fighter, added, "Let them try. They've learned that humans are not easy prey. Every attack will be met with strategy, not panic. Every strike has a cost they cannot pay." On Earth, scientists began recovering fragments of alien technology left in the star system. Some of it was dangerous, others fascinating. Dr. Royce examined the recovered materials, studying how humans had used precision, energy manipulation, and strategy to turn the tide. "The galaxy will remember this," she said. "And humans will remember it too. We've learned. We've adapted. We've survived." Meanwhile, Earth's hidden weapon hummed softly, now in a stable, dormant state, its presence once unknown. To the aliens had been a secret advantage, and now it had proven that Earth was capable of defending itself in ways no other species could predict. It was more than a weapon, it was a statement, a warning, and a shield, all at once. Commander Vroth, aboard the alien flagship, stared at the remains of his fleet. His pride was gone, replaced by fear and respect. "These humans," he hissed, "they are small, fragile, yet extraordinary. They think like predators, fight like warriors, and endure what no other species can. We will not underestimate them again." Back on Earth, citizens watched the skies in wonder. They did not see the full battle, only flashes of light and distant reports of alien retreat. But humanity felt a new confidence, a new pride. They had faced annihilation and responded not with panic, but with courage, intelligence, and unity. General Hale addressed the command center. "Today, humans have shown the galaxy that Earth is not weak. We are not a planet to be erased. We are a species that will survive, adapt, and rise. Let this be a lesson to any who would threaten us. The cost of attacking humanity is higher than any can imagine." In the void of space, the surviving alien fleet began a slow withdrawal. They would regroup, repair, and rethink their approach. But the memory of Earth's strike, the precision, the strategy, the courage, they would carry it.